Hello? Testing? Okay, it's all good. I've got it on mine. I think we're ready to go. Yeah, it seems good to me. Okay, nice. Okay, well, I'm Ashley Lawrence. I'm here with Derek Grech, and we are at Montreal, Canada for the first race of Tier 2. Yeah, it looks very competitive from the clips I've seen of people in the server so far. Quite excited, to be honest. I think Ferrari have a very strong lineup at the moment. I saw Alfie and Swaz talking earlier on, comparing times with each other. They seem to be very confident. It'll be fun to watch. We're on board with Swaz at the moment. I think he's just started his hot lap. And it looks like Rennie is disconnected from the session. Brilliant start. That's the first lap on the board at 1 minute 11.5. It's not too bad of a time for Canada. You know how slippy it is out there, and you raced there yesterday, Derek. I think we'll see, hopefully into the 110s today with the track progression. There we are. Hardcore with a lovely time to start us off. It's as if we planned it. Then it's Hardcore going straight out for a second push lap after his first. Looks like he's hit some traffic here though. Yeah, it's definitely impeded him a lot there, yeah. Stewards might see a ticket about that after the race. Yeah, it looks like he supported the lap there. It's just like... Oh yeah, 100%. It's like Sosa has just... he's on a cooldown lap at the moment. The Ferrari there in Sector 2 is flying. Swaz, 3/10 up on his time. This is like it could be a top 5 time here if this plays out nicely. Turn 10. Oh yeah. Try not to collide with all the champions and be another name on the list. Yeah, he takes that well, yeah. This will be a good time for him, I think. Yeah, into P3. Good improvement. I think the main goal for today is trying to avoid those track limit penalties. You know, Canada's so slippery. Yeah, tier 1 was a couple of hundred penalty seconds across the board, I think. Yeah, should be interesting. Yeah, we're on board with him now. This will be the first time that Axel's set, so let's see where it places him on the board. Yeah. You want to take... Yeah, exactly. You want to take a large amount of curb there to sort of minimise your track distance, which will get you around there as quickly as possible, but that said, the curb's quite brutal, so it really unsettle your car. It's a case of taking it in moderation. This is shaping up to be quite a good lap here from Axel. Gets the DRS open on the main straight. The puts him in P6. Not bad for first lap. Yeah, and that's only 1/1000th away from Sosa. Looks like we're going to have a very competitive race here. And look at how many guys we have in the 1 minute 11s, all very close to each other. That's half a second between half of the grid there. This will be good. Lovely improvement from Sosa there as well. I'm sure he'll be pleased with that. Like to see an improvement from Chris here. I know personally he can get better than a 1 minute 11.5. That's a good sector 1 from him. It's 3 tenths faster than his previous time, so he's on the way. Yeah, the exit of this corner here is vital. Ah, yeah, he supported that. It looked like a track limit from me there. Looks like the Mercedes are possibly towing each other through here. Looks like Bazabi is giving JC no, they're under yellow flag. Driving too slowly. Yeah, no comment on that one. See what he can throw together. Elche is a previous tier 1 driver of ours. Who's decided to a little bit of contact with the wall there. That would definitely shave some temps off of his lap. Oh, yeah. These guys are running standard in the damage, so hopefully we shouldn't see too many safety cars. And we'd like to keep as many wings as possible as well. I don't think we'll be seeing many of those fall off on the settings, but we'll see. Whoa, Elche, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, an amazing improvement there. That one there is 5.5 tenths faster than his previous. What a lap. He found all of that in Sector 1, 2.5 tenths, and 2.5 in Sector 2 as well. It shows the track is evolving. Only have 6 minutes of qualifying left now, so I think we'll find people will start going into the pits to prepare their car for the final lap. Yeah. We're on board with Swaz at the moment. Just finished his outlap. Looks like he's got some fresh tyres on. And he slowed down to let his teammate out. I think that was a tow for his teammate Alfie there. Now Alfie's setting some very competitive times. Well, that's 4 tenths down, unfortunately. I think he was impeded a little bit by his teammate going into the start of his lap. Yeah. I think, exactly. It's hard on a track like this. You sort of want the tow in Sector 3 where, obviously the big old straight, I think towing through Sector 1 and 2 with those high downforce corners, you might actually end up losing time. I don't think it's the most beneficial of tracks to tow all the way around. Yeah, we'll jump on board with him as well. Oh, really good lap. 1.5 seconds faster than his previous. He's got 4 minutes left, so got time for a cool down and one more push if he has the fuel. Sosa here is on his outlap as well, so we'll jump back to him in a minute when he's made his way around. I think that's most of the drivers there on their outlaps. It doesn't look like Alfie's going to improve with this lap. Yeah, we can see that. He needs 4 attempts to jump in front of Axel for P6. That puts him up to P3. Good lap from Swaz. This is Sosa just starting his final push lap of the session as well. Unless he's fast enough to get round for a second, we'll have to see. Nice and tidy line through there. Looks like he's aborted that lap. I think he got invalid through turn 3. Just behind him we have Sloth, also on a push lap. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to improve on this one. Here, Hardcore's getting a beautiful toe from that Williams in front. Oh dear. Big spin from Chuck Norris there. I don't know if you saw that collision, Derek. As in turn 10, I think Chuck spun out in the big hairpin, and that'll be the end of his qualifying. And I don't think Hardcore will have enough time to set another lap there either. I agree. I see Supper as well. I think he's just improved by 7 tenths, I think it just said here on my screen. It's only enough for P6 at the moment. See, Elchase has been disqualified there as well for parking in a dangerous location in turn 10. I think the stewards will have something to say about that at the end of the race. So Alfie in the Ferrari, I think as well, just starting his final push lap. A lot of wheel spin out of turn 2 there, I'm not sure. That will definitely take some time off. And I think that's invalid turn 4 there as well. It's an unfortunate lap for Alfie there. Yeah, we've all been there. Sosa's making his way through that turn 4 and 5, I believe it to be, Derek. Just starting sector 2. Seems to be improving on his time as well. Maybe he'll be able to get himself a front with half-eye. All in all, good session. That's only 2 seconds between first and last, so I think you'll have to send me another invite there, Derek. I've just been booted back to the lobby. Brilliant. A lovely bit of technical difficulty. I mean, never an easy day with this game. Not too sure what happened there. I think is that sending everyone back to the lobby there? Oh, yeah, I've just managed to join back in now. Just got to send Madog an invite there. I think he was kicked out as well. Lovely day for F1 24. I'd expect nothing less. Exactly that. Still waiting for players, huh? Okay, there we go. I think race strategies we'll see here today likely to be the medium hard. I think it looks as if I think everyone has started on the mediums. I know we have Alfie on the hards to start off. I think that everyone else is on the mediums higher. Yeah, that's a good idea. This formation lap is very vital for all these guys on the medium, and especially for Alfie on the hard. You want to get as much warmth into those tyres before that race start as you physically can, give you the most traction off the line, which is also important. You want to be in front of as many cars as you can before turn 1. Oh, we've just had JC leave there as well. We're getting ready for the race start. That's everyone on the grid now. That's all 5 lights. It's lights out and we go racing in Canada. Lovely, nice and clean through sector 1. We like to see it. Yeah, seems that way. Hardcore is giving Dog a right battle there at the start. Yeah, just like a little spin there. We go 3 wide through turn 9. A lot of overtakes happening now. Chris makes a place there as well. We have contact between the Haas and the Ferrari of Alfie and Elche going into turn 10. The stewards will definitely be investigating that at the end of the race, that's for sure. And lap 1. That is Armadog in P1, Hardcore second with JCMO in third. Now, you need to think that because it's Canada and there's a proper loss of traction, you know, across the entire circuit, I think the chance of a safety car today is probably quite high. So I'm interested to see what Alfie's strategy is starting on the hards there, because if he has to, I know if he have a safety car earlier on, that might ruin his strategy. But if he can do a long stint on those hards and, you know, pick up a safety car at the end of the race, that would be huge for him. Of course, Coffee, our race winner of Tier 1 yesterday, he, I think he did a good old, I think it was 28, maybe 30 laps on the hards he did previously. Oh, that's Armadog having to cut the corner there. Hardcore didn't really leave him enough space, in my opinion, going into the final chicane of the track. Alfie in the pits as well there. I'm not sure what that's about. That's for a new front wing. I think that is probably the incident that we saw in turn 10 there. Dog's flying with that DRS open. There seems to be a lot of locking up though, so I think if he plays his cards right, there's a chance that Hardcore will burn through his tyres if he keeps locking up like that. I think it's definitely the waiting game is the way to go. Swaz is getting real nice and close to JC as well. I think he'll make the pass here with the DRS. That's a lovely move. Nice respect from JC there as well. Left all the space. Very good racing. Basabe has a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane there. You really need to be careful as you enter the pits. You really don't want one of those. That can change your race from, you know, P1 to P10 real quickly. I think that must have been a collision with Supper there. I think they're both in the pits. Looks like a wing change for both of those guys. Hardcore's locking up a lot there, but charging his battery, I think he's going to try and make a move here on this DRS straight. Wow, that's got to be a safety car, that. Hopefully all the drivers can get through there safely. I'd be surprised if we don't see a safety car out on track here. A shame I didn't get to catch that on the stream. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Yeah, on the straight though, I think there must have been a collision between the two drivers. I failed to see how he'd spin out on the straight like that, so that would definitely be something to see in the stewards' outcomes at the end of the weekend. I think we're going to see a lot of those track limit penalties rack up today, especially because it's Canada. You know, going off our Tier 1 race yesterday, we had quite a lot of track limit violations. I suspect it to be very similar to what we are going to experience today. It's a lovely, lovely pass from JC there. I think will be a little loss of traction there as he locks up. I think that might be a track limit for him as well. He was driving very fast. He's catching a lot of time on Swaz. I think this will be a very interesting battle for the podium. We've got Axel also making quite a lot of time on Sloth here. I think this might be a DRS overtake opportunity. I think he might be a little bit too far away now. Oh, yeah, and a spin there. Those corners are brutal for traction. I mean, Axel's again made loads of time through sector 1 and 2. We'll have to see how he does through turn 10 because he lost a lot of time there previously. Oh, he's right up tight. I think this would definitely be a passing opportunity if he manages to play his cards right. Lovely move. Hopefully there's enough space for both drivers to get around there. That's lovely respect from Sloth. That's a lovely clean move. And Paul Rennie as well. We've got 4 drivers right on the back of the grid at the moment. Just going down the straight in turn. Well, sector 3. This seems to be very close. Look at all these cars together. Oh, we're going to be 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, and Alfie. He cut the corner. He needs to give that place back to Rennie there. Yeah, that was unfortunate for Alfie, but at least he gave the place back. See, Alfie will be nice and close in the DRS here. Definitely close up that gap. I think we might see the cars. Oh, he hasn't got the DRS open there. And that's an overtake there, yeah. Sloth and Axel are having a lovely battle. These guys keep swapping positions every time I look at them. The 2 cars in front of him both have track limit penalties as well, so Sosa's in a great place here. And all 3 of those cars have 3 seconds, so that will be all for track limits. So as it stands, Sosa would be provisional P4. Supper's closing up a lot there on Buzzer B as well. It's a very close race going on. I think Sosa a little bit slow at the exit of turn 10, but I still think he's close enough to gain a lot of time. That slipstream there. Oh, wow. Another big incident. That's our race leader. Dug out the session there. I think that was that 2 or 3 wide into that turn? That was nuts. That's the safety car out. We're going to see those 5 back markers at the moment straight into the pits for some new tyres, and that will put them out of the front of the pack if these front runners all pit for tyres when the car comes around. Of course, the safety car's on track, but I think it'll be waiting to pick up the race leader. So this would be a great opportunity for those guys to close up the space that they had originally. Looks like we have Elche's just fitted the hards, so he'll likely be trying to take those to the end of the race now. That'll be 25 laps on those hards. That'll definitely require a little bit of babying, I think, to get those to the end. Oh, exactly that. That'll probably take, I think those hards around Canada take about 3 or 4 laps to get fully up to temperature, so We might be a little slow off the safety car restart, but we'll have to see what everyone else pits to. It looks to me like the vast majority of cars are all going for the hards. Try and get those extra track position, that's what it looks like to me. Yeah, I think they didn't last too long. I think 20 laps at most, I think, for those tyres before they drastically start to drop off in performance. So it'll be interesting to see what his strategy is here. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, we'll definitely find him some places off that safety car restart. Problem being he's going to end up having to pit a second time to put some new tyres on. I think he might be going softs for a few laps and then maybe try and take mediums to the end. I mean, we've got... That's the trade-off. Yeah, they'll be much faster. I think he'll probably lap... My guess would be maybe 5 tenths. Maybe a second a lap faster on those fresh softs compared to everyone else. He might definitely find himself some places just after 4 or 5 laps those softs do fall off quite heavily. Of course, Bazzabi currently has 9 seconds of in-game penalties as well, so he really needs to make as many places as he can before that race ends. Yes, this will see us resume racing. Because his tyres are pre-worn, I think. Well, he picks up another track limit there, and oh, he's in the wall. That's dropped him some positions there. I mean, that's him in P8 now from that safety car restart. It just shows those worn tyres, especially when they're cold on the restart like that, you're really going to struggle for grip. I think that VSC is out. He lost his front wing in that incident. I think it will be up and running again by turn 10. And that's JC going to have to pit for a new wing there, so it's unfortunate for him. Oh, a little bump there between Elche and Alfie as well. Supper here is making some beautiful time. Let DRS open, he should be able to make the pass here. Lovely driving from Axel, gives him all the space. That's a lot of corner cutting from the rest of the grid. Very, very close group of cars. Shame we've lost a few drivers along the way. I'm sure those incidents will be looked at by the stewards and we'll hear about penalties in a few days. Of course, they're all on. Yeah, I agree. With the majority of drivers having pit for hards there as well, it looks like everyone will be on the same tyre. So it'll be very close in terms of the degradation. Maybe you'll see him putting a nose in now, going into turn 1. And that's defended beautifully there by Sloth. So this will be very close on this DRS straight between these 3 drivers. Whoa, dear. And that was Alfie in another collision there. Slight nudge from, I think it was that Sloth behind. It looks like he's lost his wing there, so Alfie will be in the pits. That's a virtual safety car now. Is that a, says virtual safety car on my screen, but it looks like we have a safety car waiting on track. Yeah, safety car's out, yeah. Well, this will be good for JC. He'll be able to get himself back into the race now, especially because he's just pit for tyres. It'd be wise for him to stay out and take the extra track position. I'll be interested to see what the rest of the drivers do, whether they decide to take the hards to the end or if they pit now for the mediums. There must have been, Alfie must have just pit for previously worn tyres then, if he's just come in for that wing replacement. So he's put 7 lap old tyres on. And current fastest lap of the race is a 1 minute 13.0 by Hardcore before, unfortunately, he was taken out. So we'll see if anyone can beat that. It's quite close at the moment. I think next best time is a 1:13.2. And that is by Ermadog, who is also no longer in the session. Yeah, I think that's definitely the play, Derek. I think when the rest of these cars emerge from the pits, and I'm confident the safety car will be in at the end of this lap, so that'll be 16 laps of racing on the medium tyre, and I think that's definitely doable. Oh yeah. Not quite the action we would have hoped for, but action nonetheless. Yeah, so that's safety car in this lap, so we'll see Swoz slow down the pack now as the safety car can safely retain itself back in the pits. So Swoz should slow the grid down to allow the safety car back into the pits before we resume our racing. It seems he's following the safety car quite closely here. And there we go. And resume racing again. That's a good start from Swoz. That's pulled himself 6 tenths off the start. Rennie, I think, is possibly under AI. A lot of moves just made there. Lovely space being left by all the drivers there. And the switchback from Supper. What a lovely move through turn 10. I think he'll probably have DRS here, so this should be the move complete. Ah, of course, DRS hasn't been enabled again from the stewards, has it, from the safety car restart? But Supper takes the place. And a lovely overtake. He just needs to maintain this now for the rest of the lap. And the rest of the race. That's DRS enabled now. Excuse me. Elche and Alfie are racking in these track limit penalties. That's 12 seconds of penalty time towards both of those drivers. Yeah. I think he's been under AI for the entirety of the race, as it shows up on my telemetry. I think that would explain it. Not quite sure what happened with him. So it's like a really good race from Supper so far. Of course, he qualified in P6, so that's a 6th place gain to 1st place at the moment. And Axel's making up a lot of time in here on Alfie. So it'll be very close going into Sector 2. I think with that DRS straight, he should make the place Lovely exit there from Axel. Wow, look at that speed difference. Yeah, the track limits. Side by side into turn 10, that's Alfie and JC. Sosa just behind. I think he might capitalise off of this battle between these two drivers. That should allow him maybe have a through goes Hamilton moment there. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. See, Sosa's really trying to get past here. We'll go on board. I want to watch this battle play out. I mean, that's the pass made in turn 5. The JC stay nice and close, so this should be a very fun battle for the remainder of the race. Actually, just made a place on Swaz there as well. I think, is that Swaz off the track there? I can't see exactly what happened there. I think he lost a little bit of traction. And Sosa and JC have swapped places again. This will be a very fun battle to the end, I think. Jump back on board with Sosa and watch it play out in first person, I think. Little lock-up. He gets the better exit out of turn 2, so the slipstream will gain a lot of time there. Needs to be careful. Oh, and he spun. He dipped his tyre in the grass there, and that... Yeah, he's lost a little bit there. And he's just killed himself too. That's got to be a third safety car of the session. That is unfortunate. I think he'll be kicking in his grave about that one. Well, this has been an eventful session, I think. Sosa's going to be irritated about that one. Lost his front wing and reversed a little bit too heavily and lost his front wheel there. That one is unfortunate. So now I think we'll see some very interesting strategies. Suffer's just put on softs there. That'll be fun, I think. I reckon we'll get 2 laps on this safety car, so that'll have to be 10 laps. He'll have to take those softs to the end, so I think he'll be struggling for grip there at the end, Derek. Swaz has just pitted for some fresh mediums as well. And Alfie's on a 2-lap old hard, so I think he'll probably stay out for the rest of the session. Unless he does fancy jumping in, but I think he's used all of his medium tyres in the session so far. He'll be putting worn tyres on if he decides to pit again. He's not been the luckiest driver in terms of collisions this race, it seems. Off the first. Those 6-lap old mediums. I think it was definitely capable of running to the end of the race. So it should be interesting. I want to see how many places Supper can make with those fresh tyres and whether he'll be able to maintain that, especially with the tyres chopping off as fast as they do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, track temperature. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see that as well. There'll be 1 lap fresher than Suppers, so maybe that'll give him an edge towards the end of the race. We'll see. But the track is currently 32 degrees, so not too warm. So I can't imagine the tyre deg is going to be crazy high. But still, I need to watch them there, especially on those soft tyres. I think they're going to fall down very quick. The brutal restart. There should be safety car in this lap as well. Now Axel and Alfie have joined the back of the pack. Yeah, there's the sign from the race director. We'll see Elche's restart here. He's going to slow everyone down, as we've seen twice already this session, just to allow the safety car to get back into the pit safely. And we'll resume racing. There's no overtaking before the timing line on the start-finish straight, so oh, and Elche's tapped the wall there. He needs to be careful. I think. Yeah, definitely. Not the best start from Elche. That's a 4/10 gap. It's not too bad, but not the best we've seen today. I'm going to jump on board with Supper now, and we can watch him make those soft tyres work. It's a little lock up from the boys on the hards. Obviously, their tyres are going to be very cold going into this first lap of racing from the safety car. The Supper's definitely got the advantage of tyre here. I think we'll see that on the exit of turn 10. We'll see his speed down the straight compared to the other drivers. Whoa, that's another DNF there. JC spun out on his cold hards. Hopefully that isn't another safety car, because these boys must be getting quite frustrated with that now. Oh, and that's another DNF as well. Wild Sloth has just hit the wall of champions, and his front right is completely ripped off there. The guys are going to have to be careful navigating through this. It's tied to wipeout here. We've lost over half the grid. It's team deathmatch in Tier 2 at Canada. Well, I think it's safe to say Ferrari are going to be the constructors' leaders at the end of this race with 2 cars still alive. Looks like the race directors decided to not take a full safety car out this session. I think they teleported the car off the track, so exactly no need for the marshals to come and clean up. We'll just click our fingers and it'll disappear. It's looking very promising for Elche at the moment. Obviously on the medium tyre. Supper and Axel in second and third, obviously they just pit for the softs. I think Supper's really going to start to struggle with his tyre wear in a couple of laps, so if Elche can keep this DRS open, he just needs to keep the gap. I think, yeah, Supper's just broke into it there. Very fast through sector 1. I think we'll jump on board. Little moment there. That's the DRS open. Closing up a lot on Outchain. He gets the better exit there as well. I think this will be interesting out of turn 10. Of course, Supper on the softer tyre. He's going to have a lot more exit speed than Elche is. So we should see a pass here on the main straight. And he'll open up DRS there as well. I think we're going to see him go too wide through the chicane here. Oh no, clean pass. That's lovely driving from Supra. It's going to be a defending game for the rest of the race. You can see it evident here as well. I mean, Sup has just lost 3 attempts to Elche in that sector 1. I think the tyres are definitely falling off quite fast. This would be a very interesting race down to the finishing line. Looks like Supper's burning there on the main straight as well to try and keep off Elche with that DRS. I think we'll jump on board with Elche now. See if he can make the pass on that back straight. A little bit of a slow exit there. That's 8 tenths. I think he's a little bit too far away, Derek. Definitely close up. Oh, and he's cut the corner there. That is huge for Supra. Yeah, I've just seen that as well. I think he'll be okay. Yeah. Elche has 15 seconds of time limit penalties. And a little moment there as well, wow. Yeah. So with Rendog being under AI, that would be a disqualification for him. So we'll just have those 5 drivers finishing at the end of the race. That's unfortunate. We're a grid of 13. I think maybe that'll be a little bit of a lesson. Maybe drive a little bit on the safer side. Hopefully we'll see more drivers finish the race in the coming races of the season. Yeah. Especially, I think Canada is a brutal track to start the season on. You know, it's so unforgiving in terms of your traction, and you know the track temperatures are usually quite cold here as well. So you are really going to struggle with grip, and you know if you don't get it perfect, it will punish you. And I think that's what we've seen today. To move on to Abu Dhabi next week. A little bit warmer. Yeah. So tyre degradation will be quite heavy next week, I think. But at least you'll have the grip to keep the car on track. Yeah. Main thing being the curbs at that track, I think. They're so big, you don't want to take them really because they really get to unsettle the car, and I think we might have a couple of incidents there if drivers decide to drive over the curbing. Well, that said, Elche is gaining a lot of time now. I think Supper's tyres are definitely falling off. Just had a little spin there as well, yeah. I think it was definitely a bold move going for the softs there. I would have chosen the mediums myself. And we might see a little battle towards the end of the race, although it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. as Elche is 12 seconds of penalties on top of Supper, so as long as he can stay within 12 seconds, I'm sure. Yeah. Make it nice and exciting. Yeah, I think those 10 laps on those tyres, they've got to be 40-50% wear now. I think they are pretty mega. And for those of the tier 2 drivers who are still watching, the driver of the day vote has just opened up in the channel, so you can go in there and vote for your favourite driver from the session, from the top 5 drivers that are still remaining. We might see an overtake from Alfie here on Axel, especially with him struggling with a tyre. Maybe he'll get the DRS open here. I think he's too far back to make a pass, but he'll definitely close up some space. Yeah, we might see an overtake here on the back straight, I think. Alfie struggling with a bit of wheel spin on those hard tyres, but I think that's what's allowing Axel just to stay in front at the moment. Yeah, we're spectating on the stream at the moment. These 3 drivers are dead close to each other. I think Supper might end up losing a few places here if he can't defend. Those tyres are definitely shot. The last lap of the race, we'll see. It's going to be a battle to the end. Oh, wow. Elche, yeah. That's unfortunate. We'll have to watch that back and analyse that. I think the stewards will definitely be having a look at that event as well. It sounds like you're called Derek. So it sounds like you're busy there. That's our race winner, Supper. West was in P2 and Elche in 3rd. It was brilliant having you on here with us. Maybe if you're interested next week, we'll go again. Oh, what an interesting race. Well, that was eventful. Well, thank you for joining us, guys. We'll be back live next week at Abu Dhabi.